Wilson takes the snap and drops back. Looks left, fires one right instead. Cut by Berrios.
And Jordan is lit up.
Then he flips to Braxton Berrios in the end zone. Touchdown Jets.
The Jets close the curtain on the 2021 season with a final test up in Buffalo against the division rival Bills. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of The Numbers Game presented by WynnBET. Betting is a team sport, so bet together at WynnBET. Dan Graca joined, as always, by my co-host from the NFL Network. It is Cynthia Frelund. Cynthia, do you believe we finally have gotten to the end of the road? It is so bittersweet, but how the heck are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. I can't believe, what is it, the biggest season ever. We're finally at the season finale. It's it is bittersweet, but at the same time, I do feel that extra week.
We're going to save all the tears. We're going to save all the emotions till the very end of the show, but we have a lot jam-packed into a tight window here, so let's get right to it. Now, last week, it was a tough one for the New York Jets. They played really well, but came up just short, 28-24, to the defending champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Had a 24-10 lead in the third quarter of this game, but as he's done so many times in the past to so many teams over his illustrious career, Tom Brady was left with just a little bit too much time on that clock, and he hits Cyril Grayson from 33 yards out to win the game in the final seconds there in the fourth quarter. However, so many positives you take out of it from a Jet standpoint. And let's start with the Jet quarterback, Zach Wilson, possibly playing his best game of his rookie season, 19-33, 234, and a touchdown. And Cynthia, I look at it more than anything else of being able to produce with what he didn't even have at his disposal. Down his top three wideouts, down his top two tight ends, losing his left tackle in the game, yet he still went out there and put up some numbers.
Yeah, and if you look to see, he was blitzed on 44% of dropbacks. That's a season high. 65% completion percentage and a 96.8 rating out of the shotgun. There's a lot of really good things here to build on for the future, and that was a really nice outing. So I think there's all goodness here.
No doubt about it. And it's funny, when we look back on his rookie season, even though we still have one more game to go here, you could kind of break it down into like two halves of a season, right? You had the first 6 games, then he suffers the knee injury, has to sit for 4 of them, then he comes back here for the last 6. And when you dive into the numbers, first 6 versus last 6 games, it really is kind of night and day.
Yeah, if you look to see, look, I'm just going to even zero in on these last 4 games where he has thrown 0 interceptions, and the team has about a 10-point increase in points per game, so 24.7 versus 14.2. That's a huge story here because even if the individual numbers, you can look to see, okay, it's gotten better, but that team number, the ability for the team to win and score points or put up more an opportunity on offense to keep the defense off the field, that has what has dramatically increased, especially in the past 4 games.
No doubt about it. And he's just one member of this rookie class, which has really made some strides this season. And if you're a Jet fan, you got to be really excited about what the future lies in store for this group here. And you look at another fellow first rounder in Elijah Vera Tucker at that left guard position, just getting better and better and more steady week in and week out. And this is a building block of granite on that offensive line, I think, that the Jets have.
Yeah, I like to see, look, PFF rated him over 90 in terms of grades. Interestingly enough, if you look to see, okay, where is the Jets having like the greatest source of success? And it feels like a lot of rookies are really a part of this. Elijah Vera Tucker, you got Elijah Moore, you've got, your running back and Michael Carter as well. So there are a lot of bright spots in this young team.
So the Jets' leading passer, a rookie. Leading receiver, rookie. Leading rusher, rookie. It's only happened a couple of other times in the NFL.
Yeah, it's interesting because when you look to see third time ever, the 68 Bills and the 2012 Browns. Now, remember, those Browns, they went like full new team. So This is incredibly impressive considering like all of the turnover. This is really fun. And why not? And 68 Bills, sure. Again, why not?
Good old AFL days. Anytime we could talk AFL, that's a good thing. And certainly the 68 Jets had themselves a pretty memorable season, if I'm not mistaken. Of course, Super Bowl champs. That's right. Now, when we come back here on the Numbers Game, we will dive into the season finale against the Buffalo Bills and also look back again at some of the achievements throughout this 2021 season for the New York Jets. More Numbers Game coming up next, presented by WynnBET. Betting is a team sport, so bet together at WynnBET.
People think betting is about what you know. It's also about who you're with. And with the WynnBET sports betting and casino app, you bet with Wynn.
Ben, look at this. New York plus 3.5 at home. They're 44-22.
Greg, no New York bets.
Hey!
Hope you didn't bet on Boston.
Shaq, did you bet on Boston?
I went with Greg on this one. He has a whole system. Big payout, big payout, big payout, big payout. Ooh! Greg.
Yes?
What is the Greg system?
I pick by color mostly.
And welcome back to the Numbers Game, presented by WynnBET. Betting is a team sport. Bet together at WynnBET. All right, so Cynthia, the Jets are trying to play spoiler against the Buffalo Bills. Remember, Buffalo can win the AFC East with a victory or a Patriot loss to Miami, but you know they want to take matters into their own hands here. Jets have actually fared well recently up there. They've won 2 out of the last 3 games in Orchard Park. However, last time these two teams met back at the Meadowlands in Week 10, it was a lopsided victory for the Buffalo Bills. But since then, Josh Allen's performance kind of been hit or miss, the Buffalo quarterback.
It's interesting. Last week we saw 3 interceptions, but then he added 2 rushing touchdowns. So he's really made up for some passing game conundrums with his run game, and that's been a theme kind of all his entire career. However, I think part of that has to do with the fact that during the week they were missing some pieces. There was a lot of people in and out with COVID situations. So that is also something to monitor as well.
I just wish players would be a little bit more open and use words like conundrum to describe their performance, like when they meet with the media after the games. To me, it would be refreshing. I would like it. I think the fans would like it as well, but that's why they come to this show, to get words like conundrum. Now, one of the guys who's going to be entrusted, as he is each and every week, to slow down the opposing quarterback, it's our pal CJ Mosley. Another double-digit tackle performance last week. And oh, by the way, CJ was recognized by his teammates as the Curtis Martin Team MVP Award for 2021. Well-deserved. And as we've talked about really all year, not too shabby for a guy who didn't play football pretty much for the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, no, and it's going to be especially interesting in this one. You're going to see him against Devin Singletary, who in recent weeks has had a much bigger uptick in use. So you're going to see CJ Mosley giving lots of bear hugs to Devin Singletary in this matchup.
Bear hugs in January in Buffalo. It's a time-honored tradition. 5 straight double-digit tackle games for CJ Mosley, as a matter of fact. 10 overall this season. I'm sure he's going to try to make it an 11 in that season finale against the Buffalo Bills. All right, our final prop bet of the entire season. Let's make it a good one. Let's make it a winner. You know, we've been successful all year. We've been rolling the dice, and we've been hitting the jackpot. So one final time, over under total points for the Jets-Bills game, 43.5. What are you thinking?
Over. I understand defense is a strength of both teams, but I think this is going to be a game where we see a lot of points. And I think the Jets have some tricks up their sleeve to pull out up there in Orchard Park.
I think there's going to be a lot of points scored in this game. I really and truly do. I mean, you think about last week's game, you referenced it earlier, up in Buffalo when the Bills played the Falcons. I mean, they were playing that game in a winter wonderland. It was like they were playing it on skates. You had all the snow flurries and even the bad track. They still managed to score more than 43.5 points, those two teams, with a bad turf. So I'm sure that the elements will play a factor in this one. Jets offense has been coming along here. Bills playing for a lot. So I think we're going to see a lot of points on this scoreboard on Sunday. So I'm right there with you for the 43.5. Now, before we get out of Dodge here, we want to also recognize something that we touched on a few weeks back here in the show, and that's the My Cause, My Cleats program, which really took over the NFL for that 1 week, and players designed their own cleats that were dedicated to a specific cause and charity, and they were able to wear them in one game during the season there. And look, after the game was played, the league auctioned off the cleats and tried to raise some money for a good cause. So all in all, Cynthia, $11,880 raised in charity from the My Cause, My Cleats program, and that's good stuff.
That's awesome. Good job, Jets and Jets fans. That's incredible.
Absolutely. And like I said, it's helping those who need it the most there. And hey, if you can get some football memorabilia out of it, combine the Jets and doing good, nothing better. That is a Grand Slam combo, certainly. Cynthia, that is all the time that we have for this show. Now, I know that you have the tissues nearby. I know that this is very emotional. It's sad, but in all seriousness, another great season. Loved working with you. Loved working the show. Loved the partnership, not only with yourself, but of course with Matt and Bobby and everybody who helped put this show together week in and week out. And you know it as well as I do. We're going to be right back here, it seems like, in 5 minutes, because that's when the new season will feel like it's here.
I know. I hope it goes by quickly. You're such a really, really fun. I love working with you. So, and I love that. Honestly, what people should know is that like what they see on camera is like 10%. Like the better stuff is anyway. So I love our behind the scenes family too. Like it's been really great. I really appreciate all of you guys having me And of course, our like fun early mornings on when we do this is always a really fun time.
And stay tuned for the DVD that's going to come out during the offseason with all our bonus gag reel stuff, which you don't get a chance to see during the year. That'll be in stores near you, I'm sure, in just a couple of months. So, Cynthia, stay safe, my friend. Have a great offseason. And again, I can't wait to see you again coming up in the fall.
See you soon, friend.
All right. That is Cynthia Frelund. I'm Dan Graca. Thank you, as always, for joining us each and every week here on The Numbers Game, presented by WynnBET. Betting is a team sport, so bet together at WynnBET. So long, everybody. Take care.